Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got Cat 7 tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serve and tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serve and tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serve and tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serving tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat servant tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat servant tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we all...
Coming right there.
Don't forget to record.
Hey guys, I guess I better click record like Steve just said, start recording. Thank you, Steve, thank you. Are you guys tired of watching that first aid kit commercial? The Tactical Rifleman EDC med kit. Yeah, my son added it into the little looped screensaver there, guys. Sorry about that. Anyways, welcome back to Tactical Rifleman. We're going to do a live stream here tonight. We haven't done one in a couple of weeks, and but I do have Steve Holland with me. You know, Steve's down in his phone. Steve is busy. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good, Carl. Glad to be here.
Good to see you.
Glad to be here.
Good to see you.
How you guys doing?
All right, so this part where I ask you guys, can you hear me okay? All right, and you guys are going to say, yeah, we can hear you. Or you're going to say, what? What? I can't hear you. So anyways, let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm actually waiting for my moderators to let me know if they can hear me. And, we shall see. That's some good coffee right there, guys. Actually, full disclosure, it might be all the rum that is in it tonight. But that is still good coffee. All right. So anyways, why have another live stream? First off, because one, what's the whole purpose of a live stream? Purpose of a live stream is to let you guys know what's going on new with us, but also finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world today. And for example, the assassination of another shitbag CEO, and then the world's reaction to it, but then also how quickly our law enforcement guys rolled them up, which is good stuff. You should not go around murdering people. But anyways, we'll talk about that a little bit later. I was gonna do a video about it, but no, not gonna do it. But anyways, we got a bunch of stuff going. First off, though, I want to mention to you guys that you guys know the deal. YouTube has been demonetizing. Apparently, they've got a blacklist, and then they've got another list. I get this from a Google guy. They've got another list that's like much, much worse, and that's the list that I'm on. I'm proud of that, guys. I've made the darker than black list, which is awesome. That's kind of cool. So how do you support our channel, right? You go to patreon.com/tacticalrifleman, and you can support us there. So for example, you guys are watching this for free. Our Friday videos are yours for free of charge. Yeah, you got to watch ads and stuff a little bit, but besides that, free content. But in order for me to keep this channel going, I've got to pay the bills. You know, I can't edit a video to save my life, but my son can, you know, college educated, he can edit these videos, and the film crew coming in from New York City, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Stuff gets expensive, gel blocks, ammo, everything else. So what I've done is patreon.com. You go there, you just look up Tactical Rifleman, and you can sign up different tiers. You can sign up as a free patron. You'll see whenever we post, but you won't have access to all the good stuff. But we have a basically $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month. Yeah, you can, you know, sky's the limit. You do whatever you want. But we do quick shooting tips. For example, that was last week. I did how to mortar an AR to clear a stuck casing in the chamber. And I also went over how to clear brass over bolt. All right, now that is a video I did just for my patrons. Now we're going to film that as a TR video for the open internet down the road, but for right now, early access for my patrons. We do story time with Carl. We do question and answer videos, not like this, but like if you have a question about a gun or whatever, how to do Molly, medical, whatever, I will bring all this. Some of those videos are hours long, so many great questions. And then once a month, we do a Patreon only Zoom live stream, and then there are other benefits and stuff. We post other stuff in addition to all that. And for my Medal of Honor patrons, we get together once every summer, once they decide on dates, and we do a range day. We grill steaks around the bonfire. Lots of homemade wine. I provide the ammo, the guns, everything, and it's a great time. So anyways, if you want to support us, want to support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/Tactical Rifleman. Good stuff indeed. All right, Steve, so enough. They don't want to look at me, listen to me running my suck. How about we check your sound, Steve? How are you doing?
Mic check 1 2 1 2. TR Nation, how you guys doing?
What's that shirt say?
That shirt says Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi.
Thank you,
Funny
Susan.
shit. You guys got to type that out. You gotta type it out. Oh, funny stuff. So, Steve, what's new? You miss me?
I miss you, Carl.
You're so full of shit.
But actually, I miss the TR Nation even more.
Yes, I was gonna say he's not
Even
here
more.
for me, guys. Steve's so not here for me.
I so miss you
Steve
guys.
can come over whenever he wants.
I so miss you guys. The last couple of Tuesdays, I've been sitting around with all these things, ideas going in my head I want to talk about. And
Me and Steve, we went on a trip to Montana.
Yes, we did.
We used to. It was supposed to be a hunt, but instead it kind of turned into a shit show. So we call that the shit show trip to Montana, right?
the trip to Montana itself was beautiful.
And it's a beautiful
It
place.
was glorious, beautiful,
Hanging out.
cold,
Yep.
wet. I mean,
Hanging out with
you
Sue,
know,
hanging out with Hook.
With Hook, with Scott, with Byron.
Byron, his wife Missy, and my wife Dana, they got along great. They had a great time.
I got a chance to sing some Creedence Clearwater Revival to some mule deer out in the woods. Had nothing else to do.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
I said, hey,
Guys,
how about some
how
Fortunate
is Steve's
Son?
Mic? Is Steve's mic good? We're supposed to do sound checks. Steve's sounds good too. Well, dude, that's awesome. That is awesome.
I was got into my cover position, make sure my background was broken up, everything's good. And along come these mule deer, and I wasn't hunting mule deer.
He's hunting the elk.
And so I stumped my foot, tried to get them to go away. They wouldn't. They just kept looking like, who's that guy stumping his foot? So I started singing them a little Fortunate Son. Told them that some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, that red, white, and blue.
That's okay, Steve.
It was awesome. They liked it. They stuck around for about 3 or 4 minutes.
I bet they did. Hey guys, one of my main reasons for doing this live stream is we're going to be doing it's 2025 is right around the corner. So I've added classes for the first 6 months of the year. All right. I've got more coming, but Emery just got back from the Middle East, and he is lead instructor on some of those classes. So I'm kind of trying to deconflict some dates with him, and then I will populate more classes on it. But I want to let you guys know that our 2025 calendar is up. All right. Right off the bat, though, the one I want to talk about is tactical drone defense. Here's why. You guys know drones is in the news for sure. But Byron Russell from Black Armor Guns, he teaches this class. This is what he used to do when he retired as a Green Beret. He used to teach US SOCOM how to use these tactical drones. And he's one of the best instructors at it. He can only do 4 students at a pop. Four students at a pop. I want that to sink in. So is what it is. So those classes are first come, first serve. I think the last time I mentioned that, the last slot was actually bought in during the live stream. All right. If you go and look at the calendar, you'll see that we've actually put that course on the calendar like once every quarter. And I actually sat through day 1 and day 4. It is a 4-day course, long weekend. It's a Friday through Monday. And talking to these students that took it, for all my patrons out there, you guys know Philip Wilson. Philip Wilson has attended almost all of my classes. And he will tell you this is by far the most, how do you describe it, most informative and most eye-opening class, because Byron doesn't just get into, people think, well, I'm going to just go outside with my shotgun and I'll shoot the drone out of the air. Try shooting a Predator out of the air, guys. You're not going to be able to do it. But Byron's way of teaching it is if you want to outsmart a fox, you've got to learn to be a fox. So the first 2 days of the course are his tactical drone operator course. First 2 days is drone operator course. You're learning how to fly tactical drones. You're welcome to bring your own drone, but you won't be using it because Byron, no joke, has the same tactical drones that US SOCOM are using, and including the thermals and everything. And you're going to learn how to hunt humans with these things, and then how to hide from people who are trying to hunt you. And it gets into electronic countermeasures and electronic detection. So in other words, you can actually detect the radio signals that this thing is putting out before you can even hear this thing. It's such an incredible course. So anyways, guys, that's one of the courses that I think is totally badass, and you can sign up for at tacticalrifleman.com. Go look on the calendar, or you can just go straight to the store and pull up courses. My wife was mentioning to me, guys, that the holiday season is rough for a lot of people, and a lot of people that they don't have families. There's a lot of homeless vets out there, a lot of recovering vets, because unfortunately the VA gets a lot of vets hooked on prescription drugs and alcohol and everything else. So please, guys, help out the other people out. This is the time of year when suicide rates go up and everything. But even if you're not worried about them committing suicide, I just want you to remind them that we know that this time of year sucks, so let's try to make it better for them. I use an example of one of our moderators tonight, and I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but JT, I'm very, very proud of you, JT, because JT recognized he had a problem. He asked for help, and my patrons got him the help that he needed. Patreon.com, we have such a great TR family, we really do. But anyways, it's been a few years now. JT is back on the horse, back in the saddle, just been a total success story, and I know these months are hard for you, JT, but I just want to let you know I am very, very proud of you, brother. I really am. If you guys know people out there that are having problems, let's say you know a cop that's having a problem out there. I got these things. They're called law enforcement manuals. All right. Law enforcement manuals. And then I have another one that's called Military Life Reference Manual. And these things they're manuals because cops and military guys, we need our manuals in our life. But the reason why I like these things, guys, is you can give this to any Joe, and he can go to the index and he can look up whatever problem it is he's having, and whether it's emotions or anger or business and career issues. It's great references, frustration, financial problems, whatever it is. And underneath it, guys, there's all these lists of pages to jump to. What this is, guys, is, and it has the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. It's got Psalms in it, but basically what this is the New Testament. And I'm not a Bible thumper. You guys know I'm not. But you know, I honestly believe God loves me because I've done a lot of God's work out there with my sniper rifle overseas. I do God's work. God loves me. But if you have somebody out there and he doesn't have to be a Bible thumper, he doesn't. You don't have to believe in God at all. But you go to, if it says go to page 123, you go to page 123, you read just the verses it tells you to, the paragraphs, right? You know, verses, sentences, and paragraphs. Go read a paragraph, and I'm here to tell you, you'll be like, that makes total sense to me. And it works, guys. We've handed a lot of these things out. I'm down to one case of military life reference manuals, and I'm down to 2 law enforcement life reference manuals, and I'll get more. I'll buy more. I will pay shipping. All you guys got to do is you can reach out to me on Instagram. You can reach out to me, send an email to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. Let me know how many you want. I work with vets. I would like 2 of them. Here's my mailing address. Carl, there's this vet I pass on the street corner all the time walking to lunch. I want one for him. Here's my shipping address, and I'll cover. I will cover shipping. I will send them to you guys because it really is important. Really is important indeed. How about you, Steve? You're holding up good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
this is a rough time of year for you.
No. It's
you live a blessed life.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. I'm blessed. I have moments. My oldest son passed from cancer.
Yeah.
In Christmas Eve, 2014. So it comes up, but
yeah.
We're blessed. My family. We all take care of each other, look out for each other. We all know when we're going through those little moments. And
not everybody has somebody.
Yeah. That's true. And I just trust in God. I know sometimes when you're going through hard times, it's like, where is God? But at the same time, you got to know He's there, just by the life you're living, what you feel inside. So
for sure,
all you guys that are going through rough times, it'll pass.
Yep.
Just believe that this too shall pass.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, if you want one, just let me know you want the law enforcement one or you want a military one. I will,
or both,
or one of each. I will. I'll pay shipping for it. Another reason why my Patreons keep this channel afloat. We give a lot of stuff away, and it's a lot of. My son has burnt the numbers off the front of the TR debit card at the post office. He really has shipping stuff. That's how it is. All right. You guys, I don't know if you've ever seen me get up from this chair, but this jacket right here is RCPT. That's a round canopy parachuting team. You guys know this past June was the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion in France. And I went and took my son over there, and we went and with about 300 other American paratroopers, 600 total paratrooper civilians, basically, from different things. And then their 82nd Airborne had reps there, 173rd Ranger Battalions, SF guys. The Dutch were there, the Kiwis were there, the Swedes were there, the Canadians were there, the Aussies were there. Even the Germans, the German military sent active duty soldiers there, right? It's part of their history, own it, right? So we went and me, my son, Emery, David Duenas, his daughter Ashley, bunch of other members of the Tactical Rifleman family. We got World War II uniforms, the steel pots and everything, brown Cochrane jump boots, and I got the jump master, putting my son as my number one jumper. I had a half of a plane. Follow me. I let him out. My son was right out behind me. We're 100 feet apart in the air, watching this old World War II airplane fly away. It was truly, truly a magical experience. And that was the 80th anniversary of D-Day. And it's gone. But that said, the magic still lives on. So I want to give a shout out to you guys, and I want to invite you to come to Round Canopy Parachuting, Steve. I'll invite you too, Steve. To the Palatka, Florida in March. Every March they run a basic airborne course. And a couple years ago, I want to say it was 3 years ago, me and my son went down there, and we brought a cameraman down with me. I had Emery, and we filmed me putting my son and I think he had 15 other people in his class through the basic airborne course. They brought that C-47 Tycho Bell in, and we had a truly magical jump. Well, my other son, a couple years older than my son, Nicholas, my older son, Michael, former Marine, but he never went through airborne school. This March, 2025, he is going to go through airborne school at the Round Canopy Parachute Team, Palatka, Florida. And I am going to be his squad leader. He's going, a couple of his old Marine buddies are going to be in his squad. And I will be one of the instructors. My son, Nicholas, is coming down to film the whole thing. And we are going to make a tactical rifleman video following the whole process of everything from their initial in briefing, learning how to do a PLF. Gravity does all the work, guys. But all the safety procedures, and you'll see that they do such a great time. First jumps out of the Cessna, and then them working their way up to jumping out of that old antique World War II airplane. I want to promote it now because you understand these slots are going to sell out fast. Here's why I want to offer it to you guys, because I filmed it, no big deal, right? But the next time they did it, I went there and a bunch of you guys showed up. And you said, we watched the video that you did with your son. And I made so many great friends. I met so many patrons that have been watching these live streams, Leaf LeBlanc, Chris Smith, David Duenas, and these guys came and jumped with me and Nicholas, and it was truly magical. So here's what I'm offering you guys. You sign up for the March class. Let me know. And when you sign up, you let them know, hey, I'm coming because of Carl at Tactical Rifleman. I will get you guys in the squad with my son, Michael, and Nicholas will film me putting you out of a perfectly good airplane multiple times. It's going to be awesome. So anyways, that is this March. You can go to rcptusa.org or just Google it. Round Canopy Parachuting Team. And we're going to have us a blast, Steve.
You guys really don't understand what Carl is offering you. If you like adventure in life, getting out of an airplane, and I know they always say a perfectly good airplane. Okay, it's an airplane designed to drop humans and send you back down to the earth
Safely.
Ish. I just can't say it. I mean, you can go out there and surf and bungee jump and run shooting competition. When you step out of that airplane, there is nothing else in the world like it. 1,200 feet, you get to see the earth from a totally different perspective.
Yeah.
Real fast. So
if we got we mentioned that this is a rough time of year for a lot of people, and their motto down there at RCPT is it's more than just a jump. And what they're talking about is if you have people that are having problems, vets, civilians, you do not have to be military to go do this. You do not. It is open to the public. If you have somebody with good knees but a messed up head, their wife just left them, their girlfriend or boyfriend, we got girls that come parachute with us. You got somebody that is having problems, and if to them it feels like the whole world is weighing down on them and they're overshadowed, and it's just, I tell you what, you get them up in that airplane, I get them in the doorway, and you only got to go up 6 inches, out 36 inches. That's it. You just take that one little step, leap of faith, and all of a sudden your problems don't matter anymore. They do not matter. All that matters is gravity, and you remember to keep your feet and knees together. It ain't hard. It's really not hard. But again, guys, if you've got somebody that's in a bad way, bring them down there. If he can't afford to come, let me know. This has been a really rough year for me. 2025 is looking to be worse financially, but I'm going to have a great year. Let's make 2025 best year ever. We'll pass the hat. We'll get, if you got somebody with problems that wants to go parachute, we'll get them out of the plane, and really is magical. Andre, if you're watching, Andre was going to quit going down there because he doesn't jump anymore, but he goes down to just help out. And he got a little bit wore out. But I told Andre, I'm like, dude, I'm squad leader in March. I want you here to help me. And he said, Uncle Carl, I'll do it for you. Uncle Carl.
I know how it feels. I haven't jumped. I'm not saying that I don't jump anymore. I think my last jump was, of course, it's a free fall jump. Sometime in 2008, because I kept my jump records.
Yep.
And of course, you receive jump pay when you're in the military. So I kept that going until my retirement started, which was in 2008. So I haven't jumped since probably August of 2008. But I still remember the thrill, the enjoyment of it. Especially your first jump. Nothing can replace your very, very ever first jump. I remember my first jump being at Fort Benning, and all I can remember is doing what they told me to do correctly. And this voice, I thought it was a voice in my head. I was like, man, I got this voice in my head. And I realized it was a jump master on the ground with a megaphone saying, you who slipped to the right. But it's just a wonderful feeling. And I've seen other thrill things out there, in my
Halo.
Yeah. but still, being under canopy in the air, it's you and that rig. There's nobody else that can reach out and like, hey, let me help you. It's just you. And it's just an incredible feeling. And not saying you jump and say, okay, I love this. I'm gonna jump for the rest of my life. Just to do it one time and say, hey, I jumped out of an airplane one time.
Yep.
Give it a try.
You pay for to come. You get your 5 jumps. You get they have special wings, round canopy parachuting team wings. And the cool part is everybody comes in for that Saturday. It's a Tuesday through Friday airborne school. But if you stay for like Friday and Saturday, that's when they bring the big bird in. That's when everybody comes in. Instead of it being 20 people in your class, all of a sudden there's 250 people there. Vietnam War vets and SF guys and 82nd Airborne guys and all these people, they all come in, and a lot of times they will have a foreign jump master there. So like my son has got Peruvian jump wings. You know, he had a Peruvian jump master put all of us out of the airplane, which was funny because I had to stand next to him because nobody could understand the Spanish the Spanish stuff the guy was saying. All right, we got some questions came in. Gustash, 2531. Man, his mom must have had a big old box to drop that.
What's Gustash talking about?
Woo! Sir, I know you have an inside info on A American's new book. Can you tell us when it's going to drop? Can't wait to hear Emery's Russian voice on Audible. Emery is not Russian, he's Jewish. You guys have heard Emery talk. Emery does not sound Jewish. Emery sounds American. But on Audible, the guy that Chris Weatherman, Angry American, the guy he has to read all the books. He wanted the same reader to read the whole series. When he heard that, this guy's Israeli, man, you can hear how big Emery's nose is. It's hilarious. I don't know when the next book is coming out. I know that one of the characters is going to die, though. I'll just put it that way. At least I'm hoping. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Gavin Simpkins. He threw down 5 Australian quid. It takes a real man, Carl, to say I love you. Right, TR family? Love you all, TR family. Oh, thank you, Gavin. I appreciate that, right?
Love you too, brother.
Yeah, we love Gavin. Gavin's good people. All right. This one's from Tracker. Thank you for getting back on the air. Really missed it. Yeah, guys, I apologize. We lost our sponsor at the same time. I had a bunch of other projects going on, but it wasn't so much that I lost the sponsor. It was YouTube went back and deleted 4 months worth of live streams on 2 separate channels. And I got a strike against my YouTube channel saying, hey, if you make this mistake again, you get penalized, like you're not going to be able to upload anything for like 90 days. I think you guys could go without a couple live streams till I work that out. So hopefully they don't chop us in the nuts tonight. Anyways, it is what it is. Susan, I will save one of those books for you. Tracker, can you talk a little bit about our troops in Syria? Real quick, my old unit, I know, has been doing ops since like 2015 near the Iraqi-Syrian border. I do not stay up to date on the specifics because what they're doing is very classified. I get the details. I get the fine little war stories like the 300 Norma MRAD rifle with the cooled thermal on it, and one of the snipers in my old unit getting a 1,800 meter kill in the dark. That's awesome. That's freaking awesome, right? The thermals that we had back when I was in, you could not see that far in the dark, let alone do winds and stuff.
And it's interesting that you bring that up because when we were up in Montana doing our hiatus, waiting for the elk to walk up and dance on the road for us, we started talking about thermals, myself and the guys out there, and thermals have become so advanced now that it's just absolutely amazing. Now remember, Carl is talking about an 1,800 meter shot in the dark in 2015. This is 2024, almost 2025. Mm-hmm. So imagine what the thermals can do now.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring you some stuff on thermals in the upcoming live streams. We're working with a company called Pixels on Target. We actually did video with them out back with Carl last year.
Guys, you can see the grass moving at a kilometer. Blades of grass blowing. That's how high detailed those thermals were.
The technology now And I was talking with the rep from Pixels on Target the other night, Travis, and he was walking me through some of the things that they. It's just amazing. We're talking about 15, 16 kilometers now.
Nice.
Think about that. And we're not talking 1,800 meters. We're talking about 18 kilometers. Okay? That's 18,000 meters.
Navy 45 threw down 5 bones. Hey, Carl, I see 2 new classes. Can you speak a bit about home defense pistol 1 and 2? They are back-to-back classes, Saturday, Sunday, question mark. I don't see any dates. I apologize that she didn't put dates in. If you go on the calendar, oh, shit, I don't want to pull it up right now. I guess I could. But no, I'm not going to do it. I believe they are February. Anyways, you can look on the calendar at tacticalrifleman.com. I want to say they're February. Those classes are at the Louisville Armory. Here's why I did it at the Louisville Armory. And they're one-day classes. Home Defense Pistol 1 is Saturday. No, I want to say it is they're not on the weekend. They're in the middle of the week. So I want to say they're like a Thursday, Friday. I don't know. I have to look up the date. Look up the dates for me, somebody, if you don't mind. Home Defense Pistol 1. And then the follow-on class is Home Defense Pistol 2. You have to take 1 before you take 2. This is not a basic pistol class at all, guys. So basically, you've got to have the fundamentals down. But what it is for, and we actually start getting into tactics for home defense. You know, you got that guy breaking into the front door. Maybe they're already inside the house. You've got the family behind you. You've already got the weapon at the ready. We start talking about over penetration and penetration. Sometimes you want penetration. How many layers of drywall and 2x4s and things like that. And a little bit of tactics. We get into tactics a lot deeper in Home Defense Pistol 2. But Home Defense Pistol 1, you're going to be shooting from positions that deal a lot with you being static and defending in the house. You're going to be doing a lot of shooting. We get into multi-target indexing, threat identification. Unfortunately, there's people shot every year in home defense situations where the guy hears a bump in the night, he shoots, and it ends up being a family member or something tragically. I got a story about a SF major that shot and killed his daughter that way. I'm not going to vent on you right here.
Tragic.
But it's very, very sad, guys. Very sad. Home Defense Pistol 2, it is the following day. You do not have to take both days. If you can only afford to do one day, so be it. But if you want to stay for the second day, Home Defense Pistol 2 builds off of Home Defense Pistol 1. The classroom is literally right next to the indoor range, and it's also going to involve shooting in low light and no light. So weapon-mounted lights, they're optional, but I recommend you run a weapon-mounted light. You have to bring a flashlight, whatever, headlamp. You want to run a pistol-mounted optic. I recommend it for home defense. But in part of the courses, we talk about advantages and disadvantages of irons versus red dot optics on a pistol. And what we're going to cover, there's a lot of information put out in my classes are not just pew-pew, guys. They're, I think we're going to shoot 300 rounds on the first day, 250 rounds on the second day. But they are a fun class. I only have it on the calendar once right now. Because once it warms up, I want to get outside where I can have larger classes. Indoor ranges, guys, I have to put the cap on the class size at 9 students because I can only go so wide on the shooting range. They have a small shoothouse there, and to do that, that's, again, I can only do 1 or 2 runs one or two shooters at a time. But there'll be times where we're only shooting 3 shooters at a time because we're actually going to set up little like hallways and corners and using barricades, and you'll be shooting the different shooting positions then. So a good class. And again, you can find the dates. It's going to be at the Louisville Armory. I want to say it's February. January. It's not January. I want to say it's February, guys. We will teach it again in the fall. All right. And if it becomes a popular class, I'll add it more in the second half of the year, like let's say August, when it's too hot to be outside. If it becomes a popular class, if you guys like it, I can add more of them to the calendar. David Metz, the owner of the Louisville Armory, loves having us up there. He has no problem blocking off that one range for me. He still has the other 2 ranges that have open to the public. All right, but good class. And on paper, it's a lot of drills that I do myself. It's a lot of drills that we do with other SF guys. I've never taught a lot of this stuff to civilians. And more I thought about it, for home defense with a pistol, why are we not teaching this to people? So why am I doing it with a pistol? Why am I not doing home defense carbine? Because everything from here applies to here. And it really does apply, but there's a lot of things where a pistol is a disadvantage. That said, there are times when a pistol it does give you certain advantages. A carbine will always be better for combat, yes, but there are times where if you're stuck, if all you have is a pistol, let me show you some advantages and how you can take advantage of having that smaller platform. So that is Home Defense Pistol 1 and 2 at the Louisville Armory. Guys, I want to talk about... you wanted to talk about the 277 SIG Fury.
Yes.
Big Army
Yes.
guys, they're in,
Yes.
you see it on the news, they've got their new battle rifle. We're going away from a assault rifle, a carbine, and we're going back to a battle rifle. Just real quick, before you guys lose your shit, that I said assault rifle, because I know I get the internet panties in a wad when I say assault rifle, but by definition, all right, a assault rifle, remember, because we used to have battle rifles, think M14, think M1 Garand. A assault rifle is a select fire carbine that fires an intermediate cartridge. In other words, not 30-06, but small. Oh, I don't know, maybe 7.62 by 39 or 5.56 or 300 blackout. That is an intermediate cartridge. It is not a pistol subgun. It's like a Uzi. It's not. It is bigger than a Uzi, but it is smaller than an M1 Garand. It is a assault rifle. The Big Army, though, is going away from the assault rifle. They're going back to a battle rifle, and it was awarded to SIG. They call it the 277 SIG Fury. It is a 6.8 projectile, armor piercing, and it is way overpressured.
Way hot.
Way hot. What do you want to share with us, Steve?
So basically, as Carl said, we're not going to get too deep into assault rifle, battle rifle, the different configurations. My take on this whole thing, everything that you guys have heard over the last 10 or 15 years, with all these different rifle programs, it is the bureaucracy of the military through the armories. Picatinny being the main one. You got Picatinny, you got Rock Island Arsenal, you got Crane, NSWC Crane. Those programs are what we call self-licking ice cream cones. They're there to support themselves. If you look into the advanced combat rifle, the objective infantry combat weapon, the objective crew serve weapon, anytime you see a program that has an O in the front of it, objective, that's the objective is the intent. They've spent, oh my gosh, they should, when Elon Musk and the other guy, Ramaswamy, however you pronounce his name, get into this Department of Government Efficiency, they should go see those guys. $350 million per program. Not one item, single item, rifle, ammunition, optic, or anything ever went to the warfighter, the soldier out there on the battlefield. That is crazy. $350 million per program times about 6 different programs. And what we did with the Mark 262 77 grain ammo, the Mark 12, the 6.8 programs, we did it in probably less than $50,000 to get those capabilities out to our warfighters actually in combat doing GWAT. So the whole 6.8 program started with the 6.8 SPC, and it is an intermediate assault rifle cartridge. Well, during the time period when we were working this in the Mark 12 SPR program, the supporting agency in D.C. under the ASD SOLIC, Assistant Secretary of Defense, Special Operations Low Intensity Conflict, ASD SOLIC, they supported us with providing 6.8 capability to not only the soft war fighters, but to the Border Patrol, the U.S. Marshals, the FBI, a couple other different agencies. In the background, we were working on doing a 6.8 by 51, which is basically the 7.62 NATO, 7.62 by 51, neck down to 270, or 277 is the actual proper measurement, but basically, I named it 6.8. So, long story. So, basically, what you've got is a 308 Winchester. It will be a 270 308 Winchester cartridge, is basically what we're talking about, what they're doing now. The difference is, SIG working with these different programs back when they were working the polymer ammo, which is another long story, which is something that was pennies on the dollar, would have made an incredible difference in battle with the warfighters going back 20 years ago, never got past the bureaucracy of self-licking ice cream cones because it was going to be successful. So basically, they took what we were doing, the 6.8 SPC intermediate cartridge, went up to the battle rifle size cartridge, took the 308 Winchester 7.62 by 51 and necked it down to 6.8 270. The difference is they took the design of the case rim on the you can hold it up for me, Carl. You're really good at that. Dude. If you look at the bottom of the case, that's basically the size of a 7.62 by 51, a 308 Winchester NATO. They added stainless steel case rim to the bottom of the brass so it could hold higher pressure. Now, their scientific intent has been said to be everything is being designed in ammunition to defeat Chinese ghost armor. Okay, which I understand their intent. There is threshold and then there's objective. Threshold should be to give the warfighter a better war cartridge, a better fighting capability. The objective should be defeat ghost armor. Okay, because armor doesn't cover 100% of your body. And as Clint Smith always taught me at Thunder Ranch, I'll take center mass or whatever you give me. You give me an ankle, I'll take center mass on your ankle and work it from there. That stainless steel portion of that case allows that cartridge to be fired at 80,000 PSI.
80,000?
80,000.
That's
now,
crazy.
Your 5.56 intermediate cartridges are at 55,000. Proof loads are 80,000. A proof load is, they stick an 80,000 PSI cartridge in a gun, they fire it one time, if the gun holds together, the gun's good to go. You don't shoot proof load after proof load after proof load after proof load, okay? The 7.62 by 39, which is one of the most prolific assault rifle cartridges out there in the world, is only at 45,000 PSI. That's why your AK-47s and your SKSs don't kick the shit out of you every time you fire them, which is a good thing because smaller stature people can control that rifle in combat. So your 6.8 by 51 277 Fury basically looks like that. Notice that the case rim, the bottom of the case, is metallic versus the rest of the case is brass. That is to hold that pressure. The problem with holding pressure, as we found out when I got started on the SCAR program, or the program that became the SCAR rifle, the Mark 16, Mark 17, is optics aren't designed to handle that much shock. Where we did the SCAR, the Mark 16, Mark 17, went to Mark 17, 7.62 NATO, we were breaking optics. All the optics that came off of SOP Mod Block 1 and Block 2 were breaking on the Mark 17. So instead of giving the manufacturer a couple of, say, another pound and a half on the rifle, on your threshold and objective, on your weight, they decided to go to the optics manufacturers and make the optics manufacturers change their optics. It was crazy. It was a waste of money. When you're running 80,000 PSI, if you guys go online, there's so many videos out there on the SIG rifle. The M338 is a lightweight machine gun that fires a .338 normal mag cartridge. Interesting video I recently saw, they were showing a guy trying to fire this and walk forward at the same time. Now they did have, was a Marine or Ranger? Might have been a Ranger that, you know, full body armor and everything else, 350 something pounds, he was able to fire and walk forward. Nobody can fire this rifle and control it. That's a .338 normal. Back to the 6.8 by 51 or 277 Fury. The same thing. You fire this rifle at 80,000 PSI. Now, you guys know when you go from intermediate assault rifle cartridge up to assault rifle cartridge in your AR platforms, that being your SR-25s, your Mark 11s, your M110s, whatever the new short barrel one is called, something, that nice armament sells to the government for a gazillion dollars. You can't control that kind of battle rifle cartridges. I remember in my early days in Special Forces, I was a big fan of the HK G3 rifle, which on the civilian market I think it was HK 91. And you remember it had a collapsing stock, not a folding stock, but it had a collapsing stock, and that stock would beat the shit out of your face every time you try to fire multiple shots, double taps, Mozambique, you go to full auto, you cannot control it. So this cartridge here is basically, they have to dumb it down. So all the money they've spent so far in convincing the people in the military that this is the answer. It's one thing to lock a gun into a cradle and put Chinese ghost armor out there at 200-300 meters and fire it, and it penetrates the armor. Good. That's an objective. Okay, I understand that, and I want that for our warfighters. But at the same time, if the warfighter can't control it, especially when you're working in close to each other, and you have to go suppressive fire with a light machine gun, and you got guys moving in and out, guys forward of you, and you can't control the gun, what's the point in penetrating that armor if you can't hit anything with the gun? So the 270-308 cartridge, which is very similar to one of the faves out there, the 6.5 Creedmoor, which is basically the same case. Remember, we're still working with the 308 Winchester case, 7.62 NATO. The 6.5 Creedmoor is like, I love it because everybody that shoots 6.5 Creedmoor swears up and down that nothing has ever been killed by any cartridge that's ever been developed since smokeless powder started, unless it was shot with a 6.5 Creedmoor. I mean, it just amazed me how much has come on in the last 10 years, okay? So you take a 6.5 Creedmoor and you put it up next to the 277 Fury.
Yep.
That one. So basically what you've got is 308 cartridge, 7.62 NATO, 308 Winchester, neck down to 277, and then neck down to 6.5. They're all on the same cartridge parent case, the 308 Winchester case, okay? Caliber size, that's what the Wildcat cartridge builders, I guess I'm considered a Wildcat cartridge builder because I Wildcatted the 6.8 SBC. There's very little difference between the two except for the pressure. Your 6.5 Creedmoor guys, I know you're slapping yourself in the head, beating yourself on the back with whips and chains, screaming, hollering. So you holler, just talk bad about the 6.5 Creedmoor, sacrilegious speak, okay? all it is, the 277 is just a 6.5 Creedmoor necked up to 277. It's the same parent case, guys. You get into the ballistic coefficients. I understand that all you guys talk about. We are a nation of worshiping the minute of angle. The MOA, we worship the MOA, half-minute groups, 1-minute groups, all this other stuff. Like Mr. Joe White always told us in sniper school, son, you can't hold a half-minute, okay? Yep. The human body is in constant motion. Your heart's beating, your breathing, your pulse, everything. That's why they always say, squeeze the trigger, because you're trying to lock down this movement. You can't hold a half-minute, okay? So you 6.5 Creedmoor guys, get off your lollipops and self-licking ice cream cones, okay? It's not the end-all to end-all. The 277 Fury is a great cartridge, okay? It's a great cartridge. But the 6.8 by 51, which is at 80,000 PSI, it's uncontrollable. You would have to add another 5 or 6 pounds to that light machine gun, which is already at 33, 34 pounds.
It's already heavy.
You know, to control that system. So just take your time, take deep breaths.
We'll see.
Accept 55,000 PSI, which has ruled the world for the last, since Vietnam, and the M60 machine gun. That's 50-something years. And it's going to be okay, guys. Go tell Sid to go back to 55,000 PSI. The Russians had it figured out when they did the 7.62 by 39 at 45,000 PSI. In World War II, the Germans, who were like the greatest assault rifle builders ever, okay, with the STG 44 and the 9mm Kurtz, they knew to keep the cartridge controllable and the guys can go to full automatic and engage the enemy with a high percentage of hits, okay? You guys understanding what I'm saying? Hits count.
All right,
velocity, speed, all this other stuff, this accuracy. AK-47 is not accurate. An accurate 7.62 by 39 is the Rock River LAR-47, which we previewed on previous shows and we done videos. And I was going to put it up tonight, but the YouTube guys are like, you know,
nope.
they even heard me whisper it. They got some drone following me around, say he mentioned having a rifle on the show tonight. But take a look at the Rock River Arms LAR-47 and the new LAR-47 pistol carbine. 10.5-inch barrel. It's got the pistol brace on it. Takes AK-47 magazines, and it is controllable. The key part is controllable.
All right, I'm falling way behind on questions.
Okay.
Steve's good. Good. All right, Gavin Simpkins said, and screaming all the way down. Right, Steve? Okay. He's talking about jumping again. Kyle and Annalise Beeler, they threw down 10 bones. Glad to have you guys back on the show. Hoping all the TR family has a safe and happy holiday. We've missed you guys too. Thanks, Annalise and Kyle. You guys are the best. Let's see.
Toby and Karen.
I just went camping with Toby and Karen. We had a great time. We really did. Joseph Claude threw down $1.99. Great to see you guys back. Keep doing the Lord's work. Sure will.
Absolutely.
All right. Harry Paratestes.
A pair of testicles.
Harry
Paratesticles.
Harry, your mama should have married somebody with a different last name. Paratestes. Okay. How did you both manage fear throughout your time in the military and push forward through it? What was it like doing Halo, Hey-Ho jumps? Thank you both for everything you've done for the country. Here's the deal with fear, guys. A lot of people think...
Was fear there?
Yeah,
I don't remember fear ever introducing himself to me. Did fear introduce himself to you?
Fear is there, guys.
Was he?
Yeah. You don't... when bullets start flying, there's nobody that's not scared there. But what it is you're scared, you have fear, but what you fear more is letting your buddies down. And courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is just pushing through. And I know that sounds easy, and I will say not everybody can do it. For example, My old unit was a hostage rescue unit. We did direct action all the time. What is direct action? CQB, room clearing. All SF guys had to do the training, the basics of it. We call it the SFOUT course, Special Forces Advanced Urban Combat. It's 10 days long. All Green Berets have to do that, but very, very few Green Berets actually want to kick doors open. A lot of times if they chase bad guys into a village, they would park and wait and just shoot the snot out of it with 50 cals and drop bombs and wait for us to get there. It's not everyone is wired to do close quarters battle. That said, even some of the best CQB guys, after multiple deployments and hundreds of live combat ops, eventually guys just lose the edge. I won't say their names here, but I was talking to a sergeant major that replaced me in my old unit, and he's like, hey, such and such, I had to move him to the schoolhouse. I'm like, well, what happened? He get a DUI? He's like, no, man, he lost the edge. And I'm like, what? He lost the edge? That motherfucker was a steely-eyed killer. He was, but he lost the edge. Now, maybe he saw too many dead babies. Maybe he saw, I don't know. And it's different for everyone. And one thing you mentioned hey-ho jumps and stuff. And I talk to my patrons about this all the time. The guy with the big lantern jaw and all the muscles, the guy that you think, man, he's the bravest guy, man. He's going to be the warrior that leads everybody across the battlefield. And then you got this skinny little Mexican from San Antonio called Roy Benavidez, who's not tactically sound, so they wouldn't even let him outside wire in Vietnam. I know one of those lantern-jawed, muscle-bound Green Berets that his second jump in Halo school, he's like, no, this ain't for me. You're not throwing planets at me anymore. He ended up quitting. He went on to be a great Green Beret, but he quit. Fear made him throw in the towel. He's like, I'm not doing this. But then on the flip side, remember I mentioned that sawed-off Mexican named Roy Benavidez. You can look it up, guys. Roy Benavidez, that was our leadership award for the medic course. Roy Benavidez was a medic in Vietnam with MACV-SOG, and they would not let him go outside the wire because he was not tactically sound. He was a city slicker from San Antonio, and they're like, Roy, you just don't have what it takes. He didn't even carry a gun. He did sick call. There was a team in a bad way out in the jungle, and guys, they ended up, this pilot goes running out to UH-1, and Roy is like, where you going? There's a team in contact. They got wounded. I'm going to get them. Roy grabbed his aid bag and jumped on the helicopter and realized he didn't bring a gun. All he had was this skinning knife that his grandfather had given him with a deer handle on it. He got there at the crash site, took care of all the wounded, reconsolidated, called the helicopter in, loaded some of the wounded on it. It took off. It crashed 100 meters away. He moved the rest of the wounded to the crash site, reconsolidated, got wounded like 3 or 4 times, and went back to get crypto. He ended up getting awarded the Medal of Honor. My reason for saying that is you'll see guys that you go, man, that's a steely-eyed killer. That's what, he's got all the tattoos and the Leonidas beard. He looks like a total badass. First time bullets start flying, he might be a badass, but he also might be on the floor sucking his thumb. All right. And then there are other guys that you wouldn't think you could step up to the plate. Carl, I don't think I could do it. But if the moment of truth, if you've got to push your family behind you to defend them, you're either going to step up to the plate or you're not. But please don't sell yourself short, guys, saying that you're not going to be able to do it, because the reality is you might, guys, and I hope that you can. I really do. Susan Britcher threw down 50 Australian quid. F YouTube, hope you find a new sponsor soon. Merry Christmas to your family. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you, Susan. Susan Britcher, one of our moderators. Thank you so much, Susan. She, John Brady threw down $25. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. These are good people. This from Donut Eater, another moderator and patron. You guys are watching the live stream. You'll notice you probably don't even realize that there's a lot of patrons. Why are they patrons? One, because our Patreon family is a great family, but because there's a lot of great content there. Has there ever been a mission where we made overpressured arms on purpose to give to the enemy? Yes, it was called Johnny Appleseed in Vietnam. The CIA actually captured AK rounds, 7.62 by 39, pulled the casings, filled them with C4, plastic explosive, resat the casings, resealed them with lacquer, and they would have the MACV-SAW guys dump them in caches, enemy caches. Instead of blowing up the cache, they would sprinkle these rounds throughout there. And what they found was the enemy then shooting in training, practicing before op or even during an op, their SKSs, their AKs, whatever it was, would all of a sudden blow up in the guy's face. You watch your buddy's gun blows up in his face. What does that do? You lose confidence in your gun. Now, we tried to do it again in the Global War on Terror, but the CIA had a similar program, classified, and I'm not allowed to talk about it, but I do anyways. It was, again, Operation Johnny Appleseed, but we're not allowed to put explosives in them. But again, it was designed to destroy the enemy's confidence in their guns.
I want to talk about. He's talking about free fall and fear.
Yeah, fear.
When we went to in our training, switch the camera for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Steve.
When we
Steve's here.
We started doing our centralized military free fall training for all the free fall teams.
Call it a train up. Each
Special Forces battalions, 3 companies to a battalion, 6 teams to a company, 1 free fall team in each company. They, instead of doing individual training and the resourcing and planes and everything else, they said they bring all the free fall teams together, send us all out to, first we started with El Centro, California.
Yeah.
Then we centralized it in Yuma. Then we started doing Hey-Ho, which is high altitude, high opening versus what you guys are used to saying skydiving, where you free fall down to a designated opening altitude. Hours for training was 4,000. For combat, it was whatever you felt comfortable with. So, but Hey-Ho, we would hop and pop at 12,500, 17,000, 18,000, count to 4, and you pull your chute open. So you come with a canopy about 17,000 feet, get on your azimuth with your compass, and you go to the mission. When we started doing Hey-Ho, we use a device on the parachute called an AOD, automatic opening device. When you pull at 4,000, the AOD is set based on barometric pressure, altitude, where you're located, everything. It's set for 3,000. So for some reason, you don't pull at 4,000, the AOD kicks in, fires your chute for you at 3,000. Well, when you open at 4,000, that chute comes out. It takes about 1,000 feet for that chute to open. So when you pull at 4,000, you're going through the whole process of
you don't hear that.
Yeah, you don't hear or feel AOD.
Yeah.
For years, I never felt an AOD. First time we went Hey-Ho, we hopped and popped, I think at 12.5 under canopy at 11,000. So I'm cruising along in Arizona, in Yuma, out over the desert. I'm looking down at the desert, the mountains, and everything else. And I get down to 3,000 feet and not realizing it, thinking about it, I feel something go pop. I mean, it was like a pop. And I grabbed my canopy. I was like, oh, shit. I thought one of my leg straps had come loose. And I was going to fall out of the harness. Scared the shit out of me.
Oh,
I was on the radio. Everybody's like, Steve, you okay? What happened? I said, man, my leg strap came loose. And one of the guys kind of, he took his chute and came over. He said, man, both your leg straps are still there. And I reached down, holding on to the chest strap. I reached down, I switched over, I reached down. I said, yeah, they are. And my team sergeant was like, dumbass, that was your AOD firing. So that was fear. I was afraid that if I let go of my chest strap, I was going to fall 3,000 feet.
And see, we don't mind sharing because we've had a lot of screw-ups.
Bless you. You know, and when God bless you. And when it comes to combat, and I tell you guys, you can train as much as you want, whatever techniques, whatever tactics, whatever ammunition, whatever style rifle. But when you get on that two-way range, and that sonic snap is snapping by you, it gets your attention. But I truly believe that more so than fear when you're in combat, you fear less getting hit and dying than you fear failing.
Yeah.
And I remember a lot of times that I thought that it was touch and go. But looking at everybody else and everybody else doing what they're being told to do, hey, suppress left, suppress right, stay on overwatch, get that guy out that machine gun out there 600 meters. You're more afraid of failing your team members than you are in fear of failing by getting shot. That's just my opinion.
Tactical, threw down 20 Australian quid.
Aussie.
Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you, buddy. Buddy, the next one, Buddy 471. Should the U.S. leave NATO? No, of course not, guys. NATO, not the UN. We should leave the UN. We should kick the UN out of America. Send them to Haiti. And if they can fix Haiti, we'll let them come back. But
that's a good idea.
The UN, I got that from Robin Williams. He said that decades ago.
Okay.
Robin Williams, the comedian. But he was right, guys. The UN is the medical term is self-licking ice cream cone. They are freaking worthless. But NATO, guys, NATO is, it's a big deal. I'm a big fan of NATO. James Swain threw down $50. Hey, y'all. He's my uncle from Texas, so he's allowed to have that southern draw. My question is about the different coding on boat carrier groups and if it's something we as citizen soldiers should worry about. Here's the deal. We never had the option in the military. You always had what they gave us. All right. Now, I know there are some sexy new coatings on boat carrier groups that make them easier to clean. And you really don't have to worry. Honest, it doesn't matter. So long as you keep your guns lubricated. And I'm here to tell you they run. And now, if you've got the money to spend a little extra money on it, cool. Understand it will not hurt you to spend a little extra money on a sexy boat carrier group, but it's not making the gun run better.
As is all things in life, technology gets better. I mean, look at our cell phones. I remember back in the day when our first phones were big giant things with a big battery, big cradle, then flip phones. And so do you accept that technology now, the smartphone? When I was working the Mark 12 program, we looked at boat carrier group coatings. The one that was the best based on our assessments along with NSWC Crane was a coating called MP3. I forget, I think the guy's name was Joe Fazio, if I remember correctly. Joe, he's a great American. MP3. And over the years, I see in the chat rooms and everything, guys talking about this coating and that coating and that coating. And I remember us putting the MP3 through hell. And then the guys deploying with the Mark 12s and mostly the Mod Zeros and the Mod H's. And I was looking at a Mod H at 5th Group probably 8-9 months ago that had just come back from combat, and the guys were, going over and checking it. And the same boat carrier group was the same ones we had in 2005, 2006. I said, that's an MP3 young manufacturing boat carrier group. That's one of the original ones. The guy said, yeah. Why would we change it? So sometimes people can come out with this new, latest, greatest flavor, and everybody wants to jump on board. But wait a minute. I've always liked vanilla, a Neapolitan, all three flavors mixed together. Why do I want to change to some nutty, buddy, fruity, something other, pistachio, when this right here has not failed us in almost 15 years? So I don't know if MP3 is still around. I don't know if Joe Fazio is still around, but if you Google MP3 bolt carrier group coating, maybe it'll come up, and try that, because I've not ever seen it fail.
Donut threw down $5. Can you tell the story about the importance of height over bore when shooting around barriers? But then Susan Britcher threw down a 10 Australian quid. Do not tell the story about shooting height over bore or around barriers story again. Apparently, I've told that story too many times. Sorry, Donut. 10 Australian quid.
I'd like to hear the story
versus your $5. We'll see if Donut can make another bid.
Yeah.
Steven Rogers threw down $10. Carl, are you ever going to do another Operation Valkyrie? Guys, here's the deal with Operation Valkyrie. We said when we did it that we were going to change it every 4 years, so that some of the guys from the first 4 years could come back, do it again. It would be a different mission. And so we took a pause because it takes time. And I actually started planning a new version of it. But here's the problem with it is it's awesome. It's crazy expensive. And a lot of people can't afford it. Number one. Number two, because basically it's a little bit of training, but it's giving you opportunity to do a 3-night, 2-day mission, kind of like what we would call in the military as a full mission profile. You do mission planning, you go execute this op. Live fire sniper assassination of 2 enemy guerrilla leaders, sleeping in caves, meeting with the local guerrilla commander. You got to climb a waterfall and go to an underground cave to get to his meeting place. Kayaking in the snow, and there was a lot that went into it, and it was fun, and everybody that did it loved it. And you guys that watched it on the internet, you're like, wow, I really want to do Operation Valkyrie. I want to do it. But so many people said they wanted to do it. I had a hard time filling slots at the end of every year, right before we started it. I'm like, I don't have enough slots sold yet. So number one. And number two, everybody's like, well, Carl, why is it so expensive? If you could make it cheaper, more people would be able to do it. The problem, though, is to make it realistic. So give you an idea, I had three-man sniper teams. You guys. You and 2 of your buddies on one team. And you had a Green Beret advisor with you, a sniper, combat sniper veteran, to be your mentor. He's not helping you. He's not there tactically. He's just there to help you out, answer questions, keep you from hurting yourself. But for those 9 paying clients, there was over 30 backside staff, from role players, and there's a lot of role players, to the Trigg County Rescue, the border, the actors at you cross an international checkpoint. You got the border patrol there, and there's cop cars with Pineland flags, magnetic flags on the cop cars, and RPGs, and that's all the local SWAT team that are out there as actors, and medical support, and going and surveying medevac helicopter landing zones every 1,000 meters down the river, because there's no access. You can't get a vehicle down there. So to exfil you, I also have to have a safety boat with a scuba qualified scout swimmer and a medic and somebody to run the safety boat. Remember I mentioned the mentors and me, and so I didn't make any money off. I made very little money off of it, but I enjoyed doing it. But my wife reminds me that insurance and this, that, and the other, and nobody died. One-legged Patty lost his rubber leg. I had a guy go hypothermic. I wouldn't let him die. I made him thaw himself out. I talked him through saving his own life, and it changed his life. He came back to me. He was from LA. He sold rims and stereos, He'd never seen snow. And he's out here kayaking in the snow, completely soaking wet, hypothermic. I talked him through saving his own life. I wouldn't let him die. Knew I'd never see him again. He wrote me back. He went through RIP and was on his way to Afghanistan in one of the Ranger battalions, completely changed his life, direction of his life. And it's a great course. But will I do it again? I'm not saying no, but I'm saying right now I got to focus on things that will help pay the bills. And when I can get ahead on the bills, then maybe I'll go back to playing. Operation Valkyrie was fun, guys. You see the plaques up here. Operation Valkyrie 2001. There's 2020. 2022, we didn't do a plaque the first year, and so we'll see. I want to, guys. I want to, but right now it's not on the calendar. All right.
Quick note, guys. I just looked up MP3 coding. It was KG Industries. Look up KG Industries MP3 coding. They're still around. So that was the stuff that we used on the Mark 12 program, started back in like 2003. So they must be doing something right because they're still up and running in business.
All right, just had another one come in. This is from the Donut Eater, $20. Carl, proceed with height over bore story, please. Okay. Steve wants to hear it, guys. Steve wants to hear it. Steve, would you like to hear the story?
I'd like to hear the story. I haven't heard the height over bore story yet.
You guys know we do Combat Pistol 101, and then we do Combat Pistol Carbine. We do another course called Advanced Pistol Carbine. When we're doing Advanced Pistol Carbine course, one of the things that we do is you're actually working as a member of a two-man team. And I don't want you shooting the bumper on a car or a Jeep and having that bullet come back in your face. So to have you shoot around vehicles, I've actually made they're down on the range, you've seen them. I have a Crown Vic. It's not a Crown Vic, it is a Dodge Charger cop car, rubber tires and everything, made out of plywood. It is to the exact height, length, everything. I projected the picture up on 2 sheets of plywood, measured and enlarged and the picture till it was the correct size. Traced it, cut it, painted it, everything. And then I have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. It is actually a couple inches smaller because I needed to fit it on 2 sheets of plywood. Rubber tires, wooden hubcaps so that you can shoot around it. So anyways, you're shooting, you're basically moving laterally. Your targets are downrange. You're shooting steel at 100 meters and moving. If he said moving, I'd say move. And Steve would move behind me while I was picking up fire. Once he was set, he would say set. Once he started shooting, moving, he'd say move. I would move. Now, if I say moving and Steve's ready to change, in the middle of a mag change, he might say hold. And then in which case I'd pick up fire till he was ready. But that's kind of what you're working on here. You're working on the verbiage of working as a two-man team. All the fundamentals, right? Shooting at the steel at distance, shooting around barricades. We cover all that stuff in the pistol carbine class. This is the advanced pistol carbine class where we get into shooting different parts of the anatomy. We actually have cartoon targets with the bodies turned different ways, and that moves that heart and that spine. So they've already done all that and everything. Surely they know they've already shot barricades before. I mentioned height over bore. So what happens shooting around vehicles, if you're going to shoot under a vehicle or over a vehicle, remember your optic, right? You're looking through that optic, but your barrel is down here. Just because the optic is over the top of the car is that barrel over the top of the car, the optic. So a lot of times what we do is we'll actually turn the gun on its side, because if the optic is clear, so is the barrel, right? Is the top of the car, right? And it works on the bottom of the car too, guys. But instead of just coming up optic, right? Then you're shooting straight in that fender. Raise it up a little bit, right? Or turn the gun sideways. But remember, the point of the drill was be shooting dialogue, right? Working as a team. Get through it. And then we do targets in depth. You're actually moving forward. Two two-man teams working together. And we build off of that in Battle Rifle 2. Battle Rifle 2, you'll actually be moving as fire teams and multiple fire teams. Again, I digress. All of my barricades, guys, have bullet holes in them. If you ever take a pistol carbine course, like my VTAC barricades with the holes or whatever, you'll see a lot of signatures on it, because if somebody shoots my wooden barricade, I'd rather have you shoot a wooden barricade in training than shoot a concrete wall in real life and get all that bullet and concrete back in your face. But I'm not going to let you off. You've got to circle your bullet hole and then sign your name, and you owe me a case of beer. All right? Some people owe me pony kegs. But we do barricades in pistol carbine. That's already a couple days prior. Fast forward, we were an advanced pistol carbine class, and we had it was actually one of my moderators. She was shooting, and she had, I want to say she was shooting.
Is that the one, was it the moderator that threw down the $10?
Perhaps I wasn't going to throw Susan under the bus. But understand, she's from Australia, so she doesn't have an AR, guys. She's got a Glock. She doesn't have an AR. But anyways, she's shooting, and she forgot her height over bore. And she's shooting and shooting and shooting. She's right at the front wheel, hiding behind the engine block, right, of the Dodge Charger. And she's got her feet right, everything. She pop, get back down, pop. And she couldn't, she hears everybody laughing. And I think she thought we were laughing at her. I don't know. Anyways, all I know is I can't tell if I'm hitting. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're hitting. You're just not hitting the target. Remember height over bore. And she looked down, and it was some of that Australian slang. I think we'd call that profanity. And she remembered what she was doing. So anyway, they finished the drill, and it's a teaching point for the rest of the students, because I would rather you make a mistake in training, shoot a piece of plywood, than do it in real life. And but I've never had anybody shoot my car that many times. So anyways,
that sounds like some
still owes us. I think it was like a Budweiser truck.
Some Fosters, some Australian Fosters, the oil can.
Yeah, the oil cans. So anyways,
that's why she threw down $10.
Susan, I wouldn't have thrown you under the bus, but you got trumped by Donut. Donut, that's not very nice. You've got to quit picking on your sister like that. Hey guys, before, and I know we've been going at this a while, I want to talk about a couple other classes we got coming up, because one of them is early in the year. A bunch of you have been asking about CQB and home defense, because everybody wants to do pew-pew in the shoot house. And I didn't do it in 2024 because I lost my good shoot house. And I told you guys, everybody's like, Carl, we want to do CQB, I found a good shoot house. It is in Texas. It's right outside of San Antonio. And so 2025, early spring, right? So cold where you're at, but warm down in Texas. We're going to do combat pistol, I want to say on, whatever, I want to say it's like Wednesday. Thursday, Friday is, no, I take that back. Friday is combat pistol. Saturday and Sunday is combat pistol carbine. And then Monday and Tuesday is CQB and home defense. I will be providing the UTM rounds and UTM conversion kits. You just, you'll pay me back for whatever UTM ammo you use. If you want to bring your own airsoft conversion kits or whatever, that's fine. But if you want to use mine, I don't charge you to borrow the kits. You're just going to pay for the ammo you use. It is a live fire course. We will be doing CQB shooting drills. I'm going to show you how to pie doorways, T intersections, L-shaped intersections. We're going to do team CQB, duties of 1 through 4 man. You never want to go in a room by yourself. So we will cover duties of 1 through 4 man. That said, like my old unit, you never go in a room by yourself. You never go in a room by yourself. Well, your civilians or your law enforcement, how about if you had to defend your house, or you got an active shooter at work, or maybe your place of worship, whatever. It is important that you learn one-man CQB. It is not as safe as doing team CQB. It's not as safe as doing dynamic or deliberate team CQB. It's not, but we teach a modified Israeli method of pieing doorways and T intersections, corners, whatever. And it is very, very effective. It is a 2-day class. It used to be a 3-day class. I'm going to scale it back down a little bit and try to save you guys some money, because I know that was a chief complaint a lot of people had was the cost and the length of a class. A lot of people can't get that much money off. Hey, got a shootouts and classrooms. This is from Kraken. He's saying he's got a shootouts. That's fine, guys. If you have a shootouts, cool. But find out what their rates are. All right. And I need to have other ranges there because you understand if they're going to charge me $2,000 a day to use the shootouts, I'm exaggerating. You understand I can't have enough students to make a profit off of that. Because I can't run classes that big. It's not fair to you guys. You won't get enough training. Another class we're going to be doing this spring is Tactical Precision Rifle 1. You guys have been asking for that. I didn't run that in 2024 either because I lost my sniper range. It's very, very hard to find a precision rifle range that I can teach the class the way I want it taught, because I'm not just doing precision rifle where you're shooting 10-inch round white plates at 600 meters or 800 meters, nada. I'm teaching the tactical aspect of doing sniper operations. We're going to cover shooting on assault countdowns. We're going to talk about, I'm going to bring the night sights there. I will have thermal clip-ons. I will have Gen 3 I-squared clip-ons. I will have dedicated thermals. I will have I-squared Gen 3 dedicated guns. Again, the night shoot is a familiarization, but the 2 days we cover all the environmental factors, changes in barometric pressure, temperature, altitude above sea level, mirage, heat, humidity, all these things. We get deep into reading winds, reading trace, which a lot of people have never seen before. You can bring any gun you want, guys. You do not have to have a $18,000 Accuracy International AXMC. Usually the high shooter is the guy with like a $500 Mossberg and 6.5 Creedmoor, or the guy with the Ruger Precision Rifle in 308, the guy that has data on his gun and he's mastered the fundamentals. But you can bring whatever gun you want. I have guys that shoot it with 5.56. Understand, you bring 5.56, you're not going to be hitting the 1,000-meter target, where the guys with the 6.5 and the 308 and the 300 Win Mags will. It doesn't matter. You do not have to hit the 1,000-meter target to pass the course. The whole point of the course is for you to learn trajectory, the effects of environmental conditions. And you can do that with 5.56, you can do that with 6.5, you can do that with 308. All right, so whatever rifle you bring, just try to bring good ammo, because it is more enjoyable if you're hitting the targets instead of hitting around them. Can you hit a 1,000-meter target with a 5.56 gun? Yeah. If I leave you there for half an hour, you burn through $100 worth of Hornady Black. Eventually, you'll hit that target. Eventually, ding!
Don't be a G
Yeah.
and show up on the tower with a bullpup 3.3 Lapua with a 6-hole vented muzzle brake.
All right.
That was interesting.
Yes.
That's his name, right? G?
G. All right, guys. One other thing I want to talk about, because Steve wants to talk about 762 subsonic. We got a little bit of time, but I got one more course that I wanted to hit you guys up about. I'm gonna go back to this one real quick, Steve. Low light, no light shooting. I'm gonna add that again this year. That will be in the summer. That'll be the class where I have I will have brand new PVS 14s there for you guys. Brand new. And then at the end of the course, if you want to buy them, you're welcome to buy them for basically my price. I'm not going to mark them up a lot. We're going to do Battle Rifle 1 again. I'll probably add Battle Rifle 2 later on in the year. I already mentioned the Precision Rifle course. Again, Precision Rifle is going to be held at Cedar Creek Precision right here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. All right. But one class that I want to turn a lot of you guys on to, we did it this year. It's called Mountain Readiness. And Mountain Readiness Expo is, it's put on by Mountain Readiness, a guy named Robert Toombs. It is held in the mountains of North Carolina. It is a 2.5-day course in May, early May. I want to say it's 2, 3, 4 May. And I will be teaching little 1 and 2 hour seminars there, and so will Byron Russell, so will Sue LaRue, so will Randy Worst, little classes. For example, this last year I did women's only AR-15. We didn't shoot a single bullet, nothing but dummy rounds, and it's because you guys buy these ARs and you say, honey, this one's yours, but you never teach her how to use it. So I cover how to load, unload, all that stuff. 2 hours, no big deal. I did off-road recovery, how to use a high-lift jack, how to use a winch, stuff like that. We get in, and they're good classes. 2.5 days long, 2, 3, 4. You can sign up at mountainreadiness.com. Most people actually camp on site. You can go get a local hotel room, but I will have my camper there. Angry American will have his camper there. Randy and Emery will be in a tent. Sularu had his tent there. Big row of RVs. Karen and Toby came. We had a bunch of other patrons there. My wife is going. It's a good time, and I encourage you guys to go because there are very few times you're going to get that many subject matter experts all in one location. And you can go to the website and you see the laundry list of great people that they're going to have. The Angry American will be there. Chris's camper was actually right next to mine last time. But here's the deal. It is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, half-day Sunday. There's a nearby range about 40 minutes away, different than the one we used last year. But start Monday, I'm going to be doing 5 more days of classes. I'm going to do combat pistol, carbine, and then I'm going to do, actually 4 classes. I'm going to do carbine zero mastery. That's you getting data on your gun all the way out to 400 meters. And then the last day is battle rifle 1. But instead of doing pew-pew at 25 yards, why would we want bad guys to get within pistol range if I have an AR? Let's keep them out, right? So battle rifle 1, all the targets are 50 to 300 meters. And you are shooting that whole way all day long. So anyways, if you're interested in those classes, you'd like to take them all or just a couple of them, but you want to do it at a cool location, you want to come a couple days early, hang out with some great Americans. For example, a lot of the patrons did chicken slaughtering. My wife did how to make herbal infused honey. You know, we raise honey here on the hill. Well, this lady taught how to mix different herbs into the honey to make different elixirs to treat different things, right? And so many great classes. And so anyways, I'm looking forward to going that. I don't make a dime off of it. I'm going for free. One, because I want to help out that community, because the money that you guys are paying to attend basically covers rental of the website, of the campsite, and they pay some of the other instructors a little bit of money. I was supposed to get money last time. I didn't make a dime. But it doesn't matter. I am going to charge for classes Monday through Friday afterwards. But I'm going because, honest, this time, guys, I'm only going to teach a couple classes a day. And then I'm going to go attend some of these classes with you guys. I don't know about the chicken slaughtering one. I'm pretty good at killing God's creatures as it is. But there's a lot of other great classes there that I'm looking forward to taking myself. Steve, you keep looking up at my wall, dude. What's up? What's up, Steve?
You know, I was got a text from
Your mic.
I don't want to.
Okay, who'd you get a text from, Steve?
Oh, Ray.
Ray Craddock.
Yeah.
That is the class that Ray's in right there.
He said something about his signature was on the OV. Is that the Operation Valkyrie?
Yeah, but he would be on the 2020 one, I think. Ray Craddock. You see a red. What year did you do, Ray? I thought he was on the first year. 22. Anyways, his signature's there somewhere. All right, guys.
Anyway, back to chicken killing.
Yeah.
Killing chicken.
Anyway, check it out, guys. Mountain Readiness. You check it out, mountainreadiness.com. Yeah, I've already beat to death the classes that I want to cover. Again, guys, if you're interested in taking classes with the Tactical Rifleman team, for example, Steve's one of my instructors in the low light, no light class. Steve can teach all these other ones also. Piece of cake. It's a good time indeed. You can check out our classes at tacticalrifleman.com. You want to take a class, the wife asks you, hey, what do you want for Christmas? You can go to tacticalrifleman.com, have her reach out to me. She can buy you the slot, and I will make her a certificate that she can print off, and she can put it in an envelope and put it under the tree for you. That's awesome, right? That's me being nice to you. She can sign up at tacticalrifleman.com. Shoot me an email. I will hook her up. All right, Steve, you wanted to talk about 7.62x39 subsonic.
Yes, I did.
Never heard of it. Subsonic. AK
ammunition. I know everybody's going to say, oh, what about 300 Blackout? Guys, okay, 300 Blackout is a boutique cartridge. If you look at the ballistics, right?
They're roughly the same as 300 Blackout.
However, 7.62x39 is running a 250 grain Hornady polymer tip bullet.
I bet you that puppy be
1,050 feet per second. Okay, so if you already have a 7.62x39, an AK-47, and an SKS, the Rock River LAR-47 in particular,
I love mine, by the way.
I had planned to have that in Union tonight with the subsonic ammo,
I don't have
but
mine on
again, YouTube rules. So Hornady has come out with the subsonic 7.62x39. So if you're running 7.62x39, keep in mind, 300 Blackout does not outperform 7.62x39. 7.62x39 is a 123 grain bullet at 2,350 feet per second.
The only reason 300 Blackout, guys, is because it fits in your AR. You just swap uppers. But if you've got an AK, understand 300 Blackout it's not
exactly
as good as an AK. It's not.
You're even supersonic. You're running a lighter weight bullet. I think the average 300 Blackout is like a 110 grain bullet. You're right around 2,100 feet per second, something like that. Average AK-47 ammo, no matter where you get it, is a 123 grain bullet at 2,350. Now you have a 250 grain bullet at 1,050, depending on your barrel length and atmospheric temperatures, blah, 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 etc., etc. So, still, you're pushing a 250 grain bullet out of an AK-47. Think about a 45 ACP is a 230 grain bullet at 750 feet per second. This is a 250 grain bullet out of your AK-47. And even if you're not running suppressors, remember, subsonic ammo,
Still get rid of the crack.
you don't have the crack. It sounds more like a pop when you fire it versus a loud crack. So just keep that in mind. And if you do have a suppressor, now you're in a whole different category when you're running subsonic, factory loaded 250 grain bullet polymer tip. The LAR-47, which you guys have seen, and we're working with Rock River on a discount for tactical rifleman members, and we're there. We're about there, and if you guys go back, I guess they can't go back because YouTube deleted.
They deleted all that stuff.
A couple of
Awesome.
shows ago, we had the LAR-47 pistol carbine. That is a 10.5-inch barrel AR-15 that takes AK-47 mags, and it's got the pistol brace. So now you can run the Hornady black. They have this new black. It's 111 grain 7.62 by 39. So you just drop from 123 to 111. Higher velocity, yes, and as with all Hornady black ammo, you've got the polymer tip, which is going to give you faster opening of the projectile on contact with flesh. So keep that in mind. Take a look at the Rock River LAR-47. I would say, Carl, show them your LAR-47, but Carl can't.
I can't because
he cannot
YouTube
touch.
won't let us touch guns, guys.
He can't
During
touch
a
it.
live stream.
But
Because they're what's the medical term for it?
Self?
Vaginas. They're vaginas. The soy boys at YouTube are walking vaginas, basically, and anyways, they won't allow me to touch guns because guns are icky. Guns are icky.
If you guys did see the show where I introduced the LAR-47, one of the things I said, and one of the guys asked me about this in Montana, he said, you said the LAR-47 was your go gun. I said, yeah, it is. He said, but you're the designer, inventor of the SPC and the Mark 12.
6.8, yep.
And that's 6.8 SPC. I said, yes, and I love 6.8 SPC, and I love a Mark 12. I love a Mark 262, 77 grain ammo. However, logistics dictates that a go gun needs to go now, and somewhere down the road, amongst all the smashed cars on the highway and the zombies walking back and forth, oh, I'm a Democrat, I'm a zombie, oh, I need to find a supply of ammunition. Am I going to find 6.8 SPC? Probably not.
Nope.
Now, can I carry enough to get me to where I probably need to go, which is probably I'm somewhere running the training. I need to work my way back to my family. Yeah, I probably could. But the smart thing to do was I love an AR-15 platform. I got my lights. I got my lasers. I got my optics set up. Everything else. I got the form fit factor. Ammunition. We all know AK-47 since Vietnam. We know what would happen. You know, when guys get hit with a 123 grain bullet, which is a spin-off back to the German STG-44 back in World War II. I digress. There's going to be people with SKSs and AK-47s all over this country. 7.62 by 39 ammo is going to be all over the place. Do I want an AK-47? No. Can I shoot an AK-47? Yes. I was in 5th group. We got the desert. 30 years. That's all I worked and trained guys with AK-47s. Mm-hmm. I don't own one. The form factor, fit factor doesn't work for me. So, an LAR-47, AR-15 that takes an AK-47 mag is the answer. So, with subsonic ammo, black ammo, and anything else I can find on the way down the highway with Randy's cutters so I can cut the cables, get across the highway and everything else. So, just keep that in mind. Take a look at, go on the internet, go to Rock River Arms, LAR 47. It's incredible. Carl's gotten one recently, and Randy.
I almost took it deer hunting.
Oh, I thought you did.
It is fun to shoot. It is.
Randy was telling me about his a couple of weeks ago, and he said it's shooting hard.
Yeah.
He said it's shooting hard.
Guys,
But this is the latest and greatest. This really changes the game. I have one 300 blackout. That's for training and familiarity. It doesn't compare to this.
all right, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. All right. I appreciate you guys hanging out with. I really appreciate a lot of you guys throwing down the super chat money. Because we don't have you notice there's no sponsor over here, guys. There's no sponsor logo, and I do want to keep doing these live streams. So if you want to throw down super chat money, cool. I appreciate it. For all my patrons out there, I want to truly thank you guys for Steve got that cup from a patron, Karen and Toby. Karen she got me a cup too. I wore the logo off the outside of it. Put it in the dishwasher too many times. But anyways, I want to thank all my patrons out there for helping us keep this channel alive. And all right, guys, next Tuesday, I am back here. I got jury duty on Monday. And then Tuesday, I think me and Randy Wurst are recording videos. He's doing the Dirty Man Safe, and I Am Not Prey Part 2. And so maybe we'll have Randy on the show next week with Steve and me. All right.
Randy Rawhide Worst.
Parting words of wisdom from
Parting
Steve
words of wisdom.
Hall.
Number one, thank God that President Trump won the election. Drones are flying where drones shouldn't be flying. God bless America. God be with us. Drones are flying where drones should be flying. Drones are unidentified. We shot down a balloon after it mapped the entire United States Defense Force. So we'll see where this drone thing goes. Just be good people, trust in God.
All right, guys. I see my bars going right across.
And thank you to Sarah, at Gun and Knife Country, Oak Grove, Kentucky. This is my sample demonstration box, 277 Fury. She loaned to me.
Nice.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, guys. We are going to wrap it up for tonight. And, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Y'all take care and shoot straight.
Incoming right there.